Everyone on social media is calling for David Benavidez. Can you make that happen, Mauricio?
Well,
this is Jonathan Aguilar here for pro boxing fans here at Repton Boxing Club in London. Always a pleasure to be joined by WBC President Mauricio Sulaiman. Mauricio, welcome back to the UK. How are you finding your time here?
oh, I'm very, very happy to be back in the greatest country for boxing. I love it. Boxing fans, they are really knowledgeable. They appreciate our sport, and just to be here at the Repton Club, where legends are made, is something very special.
Well, we've just seen Michael Watson have a go on the bag. That power doesn't leave you, right?
No. He's a tremendous person. We love him. He's our ambassador, and to see his will to live, his will to teach, his will to enjoy life is tremendous.
It's incredible, isn't it? Because considering what he's been through, to still be in such high spirits all the time, and coming to days like this where, like you say, he's the ambassador, and he's, for the kids down here, that's a great role model, right?
Yes, and I'm sure these kids will remember this day for the rest of their lives. He's an inspiration, and he's a champion, so just great to be here with him.
Lots of boxing to talk to you about, Mauricio. Let's start with Tyson Fury, Oleksandr Usyk, unfortunately delayed. What did you make of the cut?
Well, we would be today in Riyadh, but things happen, and it's boxing. It is the difference between a great sport like this and other sports where there are team sports. If one gets injured, the game continues to be played. This time, it's going to be a bigger fight. It's going to just get more excitement. It's going to be one of the greatest events of the history of boxing, and I'm sure it's going to be sensational.
Have you spoken to Tyson since, and what's he told you about sort of the situation?
He's very happy. The healing of the cut is very, very good progression. He's ready. He was so ready to fight. Now he's going to be in a even stronger mood to make it. So it's going to be a special event.
We saw immediately after the cancellation, they did like a press conference with Ariel Helwani, and I guess things got heated, and emotions were running high between Fury and Igis Klimas and things like that. What did you make of that? And sort of, like I say, I guess emotions were just running high. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, I mean, imagine so many months of hard work and discipline and sacrifice and being excited and ready, and in one moment everything goes away. So it's natural that the emotions run high. Both sides respect each other, but this is work. It's business. They have to let it out. Now they're back in training, and we'll have a fight May 18th.
In terms of some comments you said the other day about VAR in boxing and potentially for that fight, is that something you're looking to push through for that fight?
We understand the greatness of an event that the world wants to see. We have done the due diligence, and we're working towards. We just want the best thing for boxing, and I'm sure it's going to be special.
So is that too early, or how does that work in terms of, because obviously there's 4 belts on the line, so 4 sanctioning bodies and things like that. How does it get approved per se?
No, it's a process. You have to receive a sanction request, then the organization goes through the process and confirms sanctioning of a fight. I'm very happy to see so many unification fights, so many fights for the undisputed, so it's a great moment for boxing.
And in terms of how you'd like it to work, if you are able to pull this off, how would it work in terms of, is it sort of at the end of the round, say for example the Usyk Dubois situation with the low blow, would that be the fight stopped immediately, then we have a look at VAR, and how would you like this to work?
Instant replay is a must in boxing, and but we have a very clear parameters, very clear rule, procedure. So we mostly intend the instant replay to be for fight-ending moments. the Usyk, the Dubois Usyk, that was it's hard to overrule because the punch landed in the belt area. You can see the short move. And then you have to go back to what the referee referred before the fight, where was the limit, and he called it and he saw it. It could have been a very easy, quick review if he had to do, but I'm confident. It is much more better to do it than not to have it.
From one undisputed fight to another, Beterbiev against Bivol. Now that's looking like that's going to be on June 1st in Saudi Arabia. Has your stance changed on Bivol since obviously you made comments suggesting that that's not a fight you wanted to see with the Russian situation? So has your stance changed at all?
I would not like to talk of this topic right now. We are doing a process, and we fight for the best for boxing in all terms, and it's a matter that we are discussing and addressing. Very importantly, boxing and fans also are very much looking forward to that fight. We're looking into it.
Okay, moving on to the super middleweight division. May 4th is looking like the date for Canelo Alvarez. No opponent yet. Everyone on social media is calling for David Benavidez. Can you make that happen, Mauricio?
Well, we are not promoters. We are part of the ecosystem, and we're allowing the promoters to do their job. Benavidez apparently is going to do a title defense of his interim, and Canelo a title defense of his titles, and but that's a fight everyone wants to see. So we're just it's boxing at the highest level with both fighters, and it's a fight that is building to be an unbelievable great event. I'm confident it will happen.
Canelo hasn't had really a mandatory from the WBC since Yildirim. That was 3 years ago. How is this working? Because surely he's due a mandatory and Benavidez is interim champion.
No, when Canelo set his sight on becoming undisputed in the super middleweight division, it was an absolute agreement that would happen. So that takes the whole year. Then he had permission to do over the weight. He did a fight against Bivol. Then he defeated Golovkin. Then he sold out the stadium in Mexico. He came back to Mexico. He fought John Ryder. He was a mandatory of the WBO, and then fought Charlo last fight. So we anticipated that matter and sanctioned Benavidez for a interim title. So that takes care of the mandatory situation. Of course, there's a lot of talk, a lot of confusion, a lot of hype on this topic, and we understand it. We're handling to try to make the best fight happen, and we're on the process.
So just last one on this. How long can Benavidez expect to wait for that shot at Canelo?
Benavidez becomes mandatory this coming March. He won the fight against Plant last March, so nothing, it's too much speculation, too much people wanting to find wrongdoings, and it is not the case. Benavidez deserves that fight, he wants the fight, and I hope it will happen soon.
If you've got an inkling, have you heard anything about who it might be in May? People talking about Charlo, Terence Crawford. Have you heard anything?
No, not officially, and I don't like to speculate. I don't like to just say things out of the media or not confirmations.
Okay, moving away, Haney Garcia is going down in April for Haney's WBC super lightweight title. When I spoke to you after Haney Prograis, you said that there's a mandatory with Sandor Martin. How did that get worked out?
They're working on a step-aside agreement, which is moving along very well. So I expect this to be a sensational fight, and Sandor Martin retains his privileges.
Okay. Shakur Stevenson, he said he's retired. I guess officially he hasn't given up his belt. So what do you know about that?
He communicated directly with me, confirmed it was just a frustration statement, and that he's happy to be the WBC champion.
Okay. And final question, Terence Crawford, undisputed, three belt holder at welterweight. Boots Ennis is the other one. Has he got any mandatories coming up, or what's the situation with him?
No, at this moment, we were led to believe that there was going to be a rematch with Spence, but I don't believe that will happen. He's undisputed. I mean, he's without a doubt the best welterweight. We'll see what happens in the coming days. We have given his promoter and himself some time to decide what is the best course of action at this moment.
Okay, Mauricio, thanks very much as always for your time. Enjoy the rest of your time here in London. And anything you want to add?
Just that we're very happy, very excited. Many great fights coming up. We finished the year with a boom in Norway with a great victory. Now, many big fights coming up. It's very exciting.
Mauricio, appreciate it. Thank you.
All the best.